Recruiter here to review your resumes, tell you why they stink and how to fix them so that you can get ahead of your job search. This is an AI engineer intern. Now, interns almost always only need four things and four things. So what does an AI engineer intern need? Well, they need a degree, right? We need to make sure you're enrolled in college or some other type of program. I know there's some state-run programs. There is a basic understanding of your industry, which in this case is, I don't need all of this. I just need some of it from Python, TypeScript, JavaScript, React, SQL, Git, Cloud, APIs, or Java or C#.NET. I will say in the US, Python is a little more common for AI rather than in the EU, which is Java is a little more common. Then I need a basic amount of AI. Again, I don't need all of these. I just need some of these. AI, ML, RAG, Gen AI, Agentic AI, AI, ML, AI tools, LangGraph or LangChain. And then the other two things that I absolutely critically need for an intern is take direction and criticism and the ability to work well with others. If you are an intern and you are not putting that you can take direction and criticism and working well with others, you are getting rejected. That is almost an instant rejection. I have seen interns that have done the most impressive, craziest projects, and the managers will reject them if they do not have take direction, criticism, and work well with others. Also, you need to explain technical concepts to non-technical people. That is critical because when you become a non-intern and you get to a full-time role, your job as an AI engineer is to explain to Bob, and Bob cannot turn on his monitor, what the AI is used for, why you would use LangChain over LangGraph, which is single versus multi-agents, and what it can do for his product. Because Bob controls your salary, and Bob cannot turn on their monitor, and you need to be able to talk to Bob. So this is a resume that is garbage. They said, I have been continuously applying. I have changed my resume a ton of times, but nothing works. It's been months, and I'm not able to land an internship. Please tell me what is wrong and what can I change. I will. That is what I do. So if you want to know if your resume is good or bad, though, you can look at the ratio. The ratio is how many applications it takes to get an interview. If your ratio is under 50-1, which is 50 applications to one interview, it's a solid resume. If it's above 50-1, such as this person, which is over 150 applications to an interview, it's a garbage resume. And my advice gets people a 1 in 7 interview application ratio. So without further ado, let's see what we can find in this resume. Recruiters only have 20 seconds to find qualifications, not keywords, big difference, to find the qualifications of this. So 20 seconds on the clock and go. This doesn't count. Okay, fixed a NaN gradient bug in PyTorch Atom to backwards pass by resolved a truthiness. This is not it. This is bad music. I don't know what band you like. And time. Oh my gosh, I didn't even get that far down. So formatting is atrocious. This is the formatting you want to use. Ignore that. That was from a previous video. This is the formatting you want to use. This is how you do it. It's in the link below. This resume needs to be yeeted and deleted. So let me go through and explain why this is bad. First things first, where is your education? Part of the requirements is that you have an education and you're currently enrolled. You need to put that at the top so that we can check it off. That is part of the checklist. I don't need to know what type, where it is. I just need to know that you're currently enrolled. So that needs to be up here. And if you don't have any certificates, don't put education or certificates, just put education. So that is bad. The second thing is I deleted this because I am not looking for keywords. I'm looking for qualifications. And the difference is a keyword is this. This is what the hiring team needs. It's the manager wants it. This is it. Basically, the skills the manager wants is a keyword. But a qualification is what you did, which is the keyword, how you did it, and why you did it that your grandmother could understand, and where you did it. So because you put it up here, it did not show me how or why you did it. And you need what, how, why, where to count as a qualification. If it does not count as a qualification, I cannot move you forward. So even though you had PyTorch and Hugging Face and Skibbity Learn, which is basic AI tools and would have count, you didn't tell me how you did it or why you did it, and thus it does not count. Now, Later on, I said, all this stuff is, I don't know what type of music you like. So I want to use a different metaphor than I usually do. I want you to imagine that you're going to ask a question of me, right, Lee? And your question to me is, hey, Lee, what type of music do you like? Simple question. And my response to you is, oh, I love live music. Live music is my absolute favorite. I listen to music every single day after work. When I'm going through resumes, I listen to a ton of different music. I have so many different genres of music on my phone that I listen to. And they say, no, Lee, what music do you like to listen to? I get that you like music. Everybody likes music. What type of music do you like? And you say, oh yeah, sorry. So no, like concert music, where it's live and and I can feel the jam. I really, really love that. And I love listening to it after work, and I like so many different genres. And you would be like, just tell me what music you like. And you'd be like, oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah. I really just like to listen to music. You would just be absolutely enraged because they didn't answer the question. When how you should answer the question of what kind of music you like is, my favorite type of music is chip tunes, musicals, particularly comedy musicals such as Avenue Q and Be More Chill. And I really, really love Offspring and the type of genre. I guess it's like some kind of classical rock type of thing, that because I've been listening to Offspring since I was a child. So I like rock, classical music, rock, musicals, particularly comedy musicals, and chiptune remix. That's what I'm asking for. And this is the same problem. Fixed a NAND gradient bug. That's not the type of music. I'm asking you, what kind of music do you like? PyTorch. That's the music that you like. Atten 2 means nothing. Backward pass by modifying means nothing. Autograde means nothing. Resolve the truthiness means nothing. That is not the type of music. That is not the question I'm asking you. I'm asking you, what kind of music do you like? You did not tell me. Resolve the GPT. This is why you're getting rejected, is because you are not telling me what you did. You are not telling me how you did it. You are not telling me why you did it that a grandparent could understand. And you're not telling me where. You know what I don't see? I don't see that you can do basic software engineering, such as TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. I see C++. That's it. That's the only thing. I need more than that. I don't see that you can use a basic amount of AI besides PyTorch and Hugging Face. That is the only thing here that I found. I don't see that you can explain technical concepts to non-technical people. In fact, you have actually proven to me that you have failed at explaining technical concepts to non-technical people because of how technically dense this resume is. So you have actually failed, not just failed to show, but proven to me that you can't, which is a qualification. And at no point do I see that you can take direction and criticism and work well with others. So this resume gets a big fat 0. There was almost nothing here that I want. And I don't enjoy this, okay? I don't enjoy reviewing people's resume and making them sad like this, okay? This is you. You are sad. I do not like that. I do not like making you sad. I like making people happy. So if you follow my advice, you will turn that frown upside down and you will be happy because you will actually be getting internships. Because this resume is utter garbage, because it tells me nothing about how you did what you did, what you did, why you did it, where you did it, the non-technical reasons you did it, and that you can take direction and criticism and work well with others, which is a key requirement. So that is why this resume is bad, and this resume makes you sad. So before we go to the next one, I just want to say to all of my members, thank you for supporting this channel. My members get access to my videos early, and they get access to my past live streams. I just want to say thank you for supporting this channel. You are the reason that I can keep doing this. Without the memberships, I will not be able to keep doing this. So thank you very much for your support for this channel so I can make this advice free for everybody. And if you want to support this channel, you can join in the link below. And if you ever need more help, you can join the live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter and right here on YouTube. So with I don't know what else I was going to say. Let's go to the next resume. This is a cybersecurity analyst role. So what do we need for a cybersecurity analyst? We need degree, industry, clearance. If you have it, if you have clearance, it's really, really important to put it because a lot of cybersecurity roles want clearance. Certs, there are more certs than just this, but if you have any certs like CompTI or any of these others, it's good to put it under. And then I need to see Python, CM tools, threat detection, incident response, can communicate security risks clearly to non-technical stakeholders. Remember, part of your job is to explain to Bob, who cannot turn on his monitor, why threat detection is bad and why, yes, I understand this is a person posing as me in that email, but please do not give your password to random people. In fact, if you ever remember the we will never give your password and never ask for your password. If you wonder why that's there, it's for Bob, and you need to make your resume so that Bob would not miss that. Then I need to see extra credit for MITRE attacks and cloud. So let's see. This person said, "Hey Lee, I wanted to say I love your videos. Thank you. And I hope with your advice I can find a job. I recently started using your advice and it led to a few interviews, but I'm hoping to get a 1 in 7. It says about a 1 in 50, but it's possibly closer to a 1 in 60. So this is working. It is getting them interviews, but we are going to try to get them more. This also says McLovin, little known fact. When I was a kid, I think pre-18, I did in fact audition for the role of McLovin. Obviously, I did not get it. So I could have been in that movie Superbad, which I don't know if anybody even remembers anymore. That's a real millennial thing. All right, so 20 seconds is on the clock. Let's see what we can find. And go. Okay, formatting is a little off, but not much. Automated logging and CM using Python environment with IDS integration tasks. Threat modeling, risk assessment reports for federal technical leaderships. And then conducted internal penetration of AWS using Metasploit. Probably too difficult. And time. Okay. So let me explain the minor formatting. Not major, just minor. So first things first, if you notice, mine is a little higher. Yours should be higher than there is an extra gap here that does not need to be there. There should be 1 space, not 3. Second, we don't need, like, you can try and put these on the same line. Like, I would recommend trying to put them on the same line, like CompTI Security Plus, and then comma GCSPC, which is that an acronym they're looking for? Or are they looking for the full one? In fact, I would recommend if you keep this at 2 lines to put the acronym here, just in case people are looking for the acronym and are not looking for the actual full word. Which they might be because there's a lot of acronyms. Then we go down to here. Automated security logging, good in CM workflows using Python, good in a Linux environment with IDS integrations, reducing manual effort and allowing more time to focus on other tasks. That's fine. Then we go down to here, and my problem with this is it's not. So, develop threat modeling and risk assessment reports which provided recommendations to both technical and non-technical. I'm not looking for you to provide recommendations. I'm not looking for you to build something. I want to see that you did it. So I'd rather you said, met with technical and non-technical leadership to explain the differences between threat modeling and risk assessment reports so that they could X and Y. So this needs a little bit more here. I think this is actually one of the big problems with this part of the resume is just I don't see that. And the fact is, like, let me be clear. I don't know if you're ever going to get a 1 in 7 because a lot of these want security clearance. So if you don't have security clearance, I don't know if you're ever going to get a 1 in 7. But this is a big one. Is that, remember, I'm not asking you to build something. I'm asking that you can explain face to face why Bob needs to do what Bob does. Then conducted internal penetration testing. This reads to me like a hot dog, which is, I didn't go over that metaphor, but basically in the music one is, if it's not what I want, it's a hot dog. If it's what I want, it's a hamburger. So this is real. What kind of music do you like? And you not telling me. So is this a disgusting, terrible resume? No, not at all. It definitely can work. But there are a couple of flaws here. In addition, there is a gap here when there should not be a gap there. The other gaps are fine. So there's the extra gap here. There's an extra gap here. Try to combine these. If you can't combine them, I do want to see this in the acronym. So whatever the acronym of this is, hello, there you go. So make a little acronym of that in the parentheses. And then down here, your first sentence is fine. But again, there's an extra space here. The second sentence, though, does not count, as I need to see that you can explain those reports and what those reports did. And then the third one is just kind of doesn't have anything on. So again, not the worst resume in the world. Also, gap here. But there's definitely stuff we can do to fix it. Next resume. This is an AI engineer. This person says, I haven't really tested this in a market. I just wanted feedback on it. I haven't really followed your format. How dare you? Unfortunately, as I just found out about your channel. Okay, got it. Be like, but that's a legitimate reason. All right. So what do we need for an AI engineer? We need a degree, Python, or other backend. Again, in the US, Python is preferred, but if you have Java, it's fine. ML, LLMs, cloud, built stuff in production, agentic systems, multi-agent, agentic coding. You need some of these: Claude Code, OpenAI, Codex, Cursor, frameworks, LangGraph, LangChain, Google ADK, OpenAI, Agent SKD. Communicate technical details to a non-technical audience. Remember that one. You need it. You need to explain to Bob why you did what you did. Remember, it's not what you built. I don't want you to see I built something that they used. I want to see that you can explain to Bob face to face or through Zoom why you did what you did and how you did it and why you did it again. Then ML Ops, AI architecture, AI orchestration, and rare industry SQL, RAG, Git, and NumPy, and Skibbity Learn. So we do not know if this is good or garbage. Let's try to look at it and go. Okay, formatting's bad. Agentic AI based, hot dog, using Python, LangGraph, LangChain, OpenAI, like that. A built-in XML to JSON pipeline. This is not what I'm looking for. There's no music, almost. Built-in agentic workflow to classify to categories. Nope. Okay, time. I'm gonna let you know your first sentence is phenomenal. So your formatting is awful, right? Don't use this format. You want to use this formatting. Do not bold everything, but not counting the PEGA, I really like your first sentence. I actually think it's a very good first sentence. I would not be shocked if your first sentence alone got you interviewed. Developed an agentic AI-based documentation system using Python, LangGraph, LangChain, and Azure OpenAI, which is, again, what I would be looking for to transform complex low-code platform changes into feature summaries for non-technical users. That's really good. Again, besides the PEGA, I don't know how to pronounce that. This is a very, very good first sentence, and I want to let you know this is one of the best AI engineer first sentences I have seen for a first try. So props to that. Keep that. That's good. Fix the formatting, though. Stop bolding everything. Then we go down to here, though, and this is where I start to have a problem. Remember, I need to know what kind of music you like. What bands do you like? And the fact is, I don't know. XML, JSON, not what I'm looking for. XML, not what I'm looking for. Redundant platform optimized input for agentic workflows, not what I'm looking for, because you already mentioned it earlier. The secret to this is one keyword, the same keyword should not be duplicated in a job. Now, you do want to duplicate it in multiple other jobs, but in the same job, it shouldn't be duplicated. So the only thing I have here is LLM, and it's an awful way to describe it. I don't know what you did. I will say reducing token consumption is good. Don't put the number. Reducing token consumption is understandable to a layman, and that's actually something pretty big at the time of recording. So I will take that back. Reducing LLM token consumption is a good non-technical line. That is something they would want to know. But the rest of this sentence is garbage. And then again, built-in agentic workflow, you already did it. To classify, to blah, 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 blah. You already mentioned LangGraph. You don't need to mention it again. So there's nothing here. So then it's collaborated. Don't say collaborated, say worked with. Never want to say collaborated. Collaborated could mean you went to the team and you went, hey, and then you left. Worked with shows that you actually did the work. So worked with the DevOps team, which is also not what I'm looking for. It's a hot dog. To deploy the workflows as a stateless fast API. Again, not what I'm looking for. In Azure Cloud, I am looking for that using Docker and GitLab to support 80+. So again, you have me in the first sentence. Your first sentence is fantastic. But then everything else you have is kind of garbage. And I don't really see that you can explain technical details to a non-technical audience. Now, I know here, right? I'm not asking you to build the product that explains it. I'm asking you to explain it. Now, it is okay to keep this because this is a good why you did it. That you made a thing that non-technical users could understand is a good why, but it does not count for communicating technical details to a non-technical audience. So the things that I have found are cloud, agentic multi-agent, which actually I don't see multi-agent. I understand that LangGraph implies multi-agent. They may not. So I would rather you say developed a multi-agent AI-based documentation system to make it clearer. I understand that LangGraph implies that. They may not. So that doesn't count. Then you have agentic coding. You have the frameworks. You have the word LLM, which is good. You need MLOps, AI architecture, AI orchestration, communicate technical details, and you do have Python and LLM. So overall, your first sentence is doing the most of the work, and I love your first sentence. Besides the PEGA, phenomenal. It's fantastic. I want you to write the rest of your sentences like you did that first sentence, with no numbers, in easy to understandable to the layman, which you did do for the LLM token consumption, and contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 keywords, which is the maximum I want you to put in. So first sentence, phenomenal. Everything else, garbage. But your first sentence alone might get you interviews. Next resume. This is another software engineer intern. This person, we don't fully know their ratio because they get some online assessments, but no interviews. Which if you get an automated assessment, I don't count that as an interview because they send that to like everybody. That's just a button click, and then if you pass, you kind of pass. Some places they actually do read it, but I count like with an actual human as the real interview. So let's see what this person does wrong and right. And again, we already know what we're looking for: degree, basic knowledge of tech stack, ability to work with others, and take direction and criticism. So 20 seconds is on the clock, and go. Okay, relevant coursework is never relevant. Collaborated with extended fast API REST gateway, designing among these schemas and catching models. Why did you do this? I don't know. Bob doesn't understand. Improved provider load with semantics, Pinecone. This doesn't matter. Hot dog. Built-in OF, maybe extra credit for doesn't matter. Time. Yeah, I don't know what you did. Remember, this is what I'm asking you, right? This is what I'm asking. I am asking you, what kind of music do you like? And you are telling me everything but the answer. Those are hot dogs. I don't want hot dogs. I want hamburger. Which I should probably explain more, but I will do those and stuff. So my brain is tired. We're approaching like hour 3.5 of me streaming. So I've been streaming for 3.5 hours. So this in the next review, you're going to see a little less energy, and that's normal. There's about like a 30-minute interval between each recording, each resume. So, but yeah, like the problem I have here is most of this is just irrelevant. Like, your formatting is bad, but relevant coursework doesn't matter. Now, you should include your GPA, but remember, it should be in one line here. This is what it should look like, and then your GPA can just be right here with the GPA there. So that's what you want. But here, I don't want to see all this. The formatting's awful. Then we go down to here, collaborated with 7 engineers. How did you collaborate? I don't know. You did not tell me. were you in this internship? Did you go to those and you'd be like, hey, other 7 engineers, I brought you coffee. And they say, okay, go back to your desk. So you go back to your desk. I don't know. Or did you actually build the thing that you were doing? I don't know because you did not tell me. That's why I hate the word collaborated. But Fast API and REST API are something that I'm looking for, although mainly REST API. I really think Fast API is kind of a bit of a hot dog. Designing MongoDB can be at Redis, kind of a hot dog. But then what about what? I don't think that you can use any backend language. I don't think you can use a front end language. I'm sure you're screaming at me because Docker meets Python, but can you use Python? I don't know. You didn't show it. It doesn't look like you used Python at all. Again, down here, skill sections don't count. Where is Python? Why is it that you say you can use Python, but I don't see it anywhere in your resume until the skills section? The answer is you don't know it. You probably do know it, but that's what they're going to assume. So I need you to delete this and start again because this is a mishmash of chaos. Why did you do what you did? I don't know. You didn't tell me. How did you do it? You did kind of tell me. Why did you do it? I don't know. Well, what did you do? I don't know. I don't even know what you did. I don't know that you can use Python. I don't know that you can use SQL. I don't know that you've done cloud. I don't know that you've done any AI besides AI models right here. So I guess that maybe counts. I don't know that you can do object-oriented programming. I don't know that you can work well with others. And I don't know that you can take direction and criticism because you did not show me. You have to show me. If it is not in the resume, it does not exist. And if it is not how you did it, why you did it, where you did it, and what you did it, it does not count. So again, you may have put everything that I wanted here in this skills section, which you did, but I cannot use any of it. This resume is built for an audience that doesn't exist. And there is no white space. You know how hard this is to read without white space? When you are on resume 230 in, let's see, how long would it take me to get to 200? It would be about 2 a minute. So that's 60. So that's 120 in an hour. So about an hour and a half, give or take. So I have an hour and a half of 230 resumes. Your eyes are tired. You need this white space. This white space is glorious to recruiters and hiring managers after an hour of reading resume. And then here is the rest of this is my problem is there's literally nothing I can use to move you forward besides REST APIs. So again, I need you to go back to the drawing board. I need you to delete this. I need you to write in simple, basic ways why you did what you did, how you did it, what you did. And it needs to be from here because all of this crazy built a RAG pipeline with parent-child chunking in Chroma DB over 50 plus K travel documents in PostgreSQL, which I do want. Destination data delivering a 1.2 response and agentic end-to-end tour booking flows means nothing. That means absolutely nothing. You need to tell, you know what a better sentence would have been? Let's see, where was that sentence? Is built a RAG pipeline using Java, Spring Boot, React in an agile environment so our travel documents would be accurate for our users. That would be better than anything you have written in this resume because it tells me what I have, which is Python, or I guess Java in this case, RAG, Spring Boot, and Agile, which also shows that you can work well with others because Agile environment. And it shows me how you did it, and it shows me what you did, which was build something so users could easily access their information. So that is why this resume completely fails, is it doesn't tell me any of that. Next resume. This is a resume of a lab manager. So this is their second one, so I'm going to be extra critical on this one. The first one was horrendous. I could not find, I think, anything I could at all. I couldn't find anything. Again, we are on hour 4 of streaming right now, so my brain is a little mush. But what we need, which I spelled manager wrong too. Great, yeah, that's why. There we go. So What do we need for a lab manager? We need degree, ISO, FDA, industry, basically just that you can work in the safety environments of the industry that you're in. Laboratory, manufacturing, technical facilities, management roles, common lab equipment, LCMS, centrifuges, fume hoods, basically what you worked on and what you used in the lab, right? I want to know. It could be assays, it could be those. There are more than I can list, but I do want to see you list. Troubleshooting and maintenance, communicate tech to non-tech people, proactively solve problems, multitask and meet deadlines, MS Excel, managing vendors, service providers, and operating budget. So let's see what we can find. What did they say? They did not say anything else. So let's see if their newer resume is better in 20 seconds. There we go. And go. Okay, degree, good. Formatting's off. Led and provided support to pharmaceutical laboratory team of 15 plus, good. Analysis of raw material, okay, good. Word from pharmaceutical companies to promote analysis services to clients. SOP, I like that one. Track and monitor, calibration function, that, on vendors. Driving continuous improvements. Okay. Time. This is better than it was before, but there's still a lot of problems. Right? This is better. I want to be clear. This is better. This is a lot better. The first thing is like, remember, you need to use this format. This does not look like this, okay? This does not look like this. Because remember, this should not be bolded. This should not be bolded. This should not be bolded. And the bullet points are off. Right? There are no bullet points there. It's really off. So formatting wise, it's a little bit off. And then remember, skill sections don't count, so nothing in this section could be used. So what did I find? Well, I found your degree, which was good. I'm going to take the stuff out that I found. Then I found that you led a support, so I would consider in a laboratory, which is good, and pharmaceutical, so that's the industry. So that tells me this, which is, let's see, raw materials, natural ID water. The problem is that is only 2. So this is only 2 keywords, which is what did I just miss? Manufacturing and technical environment and laboratory. Honestly, if anything, that's kind of 1 keyword. Again, you wrote it correctly because you told me to. And I'm going to count that as 2. It's the fact that you were in a laboratory pharmaceutical environment and the what you did because you told me raw materials, so that's the industry. My problem here is that's only 2 and I need 3, right? Maybe you could say where after health products and purified water, where I would explain complex technical details to non-technical managers. Then we go down to here, which is work with pharmaceutical companies. Okay, that's good. That counts as managing vendors. So we can remove managing vendors. That's good. To remote analysis services to existing and new clients. That shows you can work well with others. That's 1, right? That's 1. Ensure regulatory compliance through maintaining SOPs. Good. And this is Healthline, so this would be... And this is still probably 1, though. This is the like ISO, FDA industry stuff. So that counts as the equivalent, but that's still kind of only 1. And then track and monitor here. There are too many of these, right? This does count a common lab equipment. Too many lab equipment, calibration, functional, communicate with vendors when out of trying to... See, this shows me that you can communicate to tech with non-tech. Problem is there's only 2. Then continuous improvements. I don't know if that's really what I'm looking for. And again, the number means nothing. And then audited results, again, you already did. So my problem is it's too long, right? Like you've been there for 5 years. Oh, I was about to say 4. We've been there for 5 years, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bullet points, but we really only have 2 bullet points worth of content. And that is my problem. And they're spread across 4. So I don't think you need all of these bullet points. I think you need about 4 or 5 max. And then I want you to start combining this stuff, right? In fact, these can be combined. Led and provided support to pharmaceutical laboratory team of 15 plus by working with pharmaceutical companies to promote analysis service to new clients, performing analysis on raw materials, cosmetics, health, and products in purified ID water. Those can be combined into 1. All right, so those should be combined. Let's remove that. So that would be 3 right there. And there would be 3 keywords right there. And then this, ensured daily regulatory compliance through maintaining SOPs, data review, and evaluating requirements of Health Canada's FDA community guidelines, and tracked and monitored. Pick LCMS. They really want LCMS. Pick that for sure. And then 1 or 2 others, laboratory equipments, and communicated with vendor. Like these may be able to be combined. I'm not sure, but we definitely need more of them anyway. And then this doesn't have anything I need. And then you already mentioned that earlier. So I would like you to add. See, actually, I think you can't combine these. I would like these to be separate, but I need you to add 2 more keywords to this one and 1 more to this one. So you could put tracked and monitored. Tracked. In fact, I would rather you say monitored and troubleshot lab equipment, such as, and then list 3 of these. Definitely keep the LCMS though. So tracked, troubleshot, and tracked laboratory equipment like blah 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 blah, and communicated with vendors when issues arise to keep them up to date, right? But then maybe I can have a little bit more of, and communicated or solved technical issues with our vendors when they had an issue with the product. That would be maybe how I want that to be written. And then down here for the SOP, we could have met all regulatory guidelines by blah 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 blah, and then using that. And then so that is the stuff that I want. I also want maybe a little bit of budget. So this is better than the previous one, right? It is much, much better than the previous one. But remember, we need details. Searching for a job is specific. If you are too broad, if you tell me that you just like music, I'm going to have to reject you. So keep it succinct, keep it to what, how, why, where, cut everything else off, have about 4 bullet points, maybe 5 maximum, and 3 keywords per bullet point. If a bullet point cannot have 3 keywords, it needs to be combined with something else, and a maximum of 6. So my voice is nearly gone. So that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. And to my members, thank you for keeping the channel alive. You are the reason that I'm able to keep this content free for everybody. So thank you very much. And if anybody wants to be a member to get access to my videos early, to support this channel and keep it alive, and to get access to past live streams, you can join in the link below. And if you ever need more help, you can join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST and put !raffle into the chat to get your resume reviewed. But that is it, and I will see you in the next video to help you get ahead of your job search. Later.